Welcome back to the channel. What you see before you is a classic book. It's vintage as well. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, collected from folklore and retold by Alvin Schwartz. Drawings by Stephen Gammell. This is a classic, influential book. I mean, this kids, young adults, adults in the early 80s love this book. And the reason why is, the illustrations. I believe that if this book never originally had these illustrations, this book would just be something that no one really knew about. It'd be a collection of little stories. But these illustrations just put this book on the map. I lived through it. I was 8 or 9 when I got this book, and me and my friends loved Halloween. And this was like a home run. This was amazing. These illustrations, and they're little stories, so you didn't get, it wasn't these long, these super long, like a novel. It was just like little stories you could read out in the woods with your friends to scare each other. And the illustrations help set your imagination afire. And afire they were. And they still work. I love this book. I had this was not my original. I bought this on Fleabay, eBay. I don't know. Or no, was it? No, it was Thrift Books. Is that through eBay? I forget. I bought this for $2.49. I think that was the actual price plus shipping. It wasn't a lot. Anyhow, if you get this book, you got to get the Stephen Gammell drawing one, because without it, it's not the same. So let's take a look, shall we? I'm sure this book brings back many fond memories to all of you, nostalgic buffs like me, and just folks that love awesome drawings like me. This can cross check boxes. Halloween, people that like bibliomaniacs, books, artists. It's just so good. And I hate, by the way, just a side note, I hate horror movies. Like, I don't watch horror movies. I have Scream stuff in my channel, but I don't watch any movies, scary movies. Nothing. I hate it. I hate horror flicks. I think the 80s tormented me to hell. I was 5 in 1985, so I was right smack dab in it. Freddy Krueger, Jason, they were omnipresent, and they were always on TV. Scare the shit out of me. When you're 5, I don't watch it when I'm 45. And watch that stuff. It's too gory. God, dog it. Anyhow, back to the book. This is, here we go. This is it. So this is just to get just some basics here. This is more of a subjective, just overview. 1981, text copyright, printed in the USA. To Dinah, and just this, that's it. Like, just otherworldly, Victorian-esque dream state, decrepit. It's so good. And the window, and then like this forlorn bird just contemplating whatever birds contemplate. Just the black and white and the gray starkness of it all. Oh, I love it. Oh, that's so good. All right. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I'm not gonna get bogged down, I don't think, unless I talk myself out of it. I'm just gonna read this first part. Pioneers used to entertain themselves by telling scary stories in the dark, or scary stories. At night, they might gather in someone's cabin or around a fire and see who could scare the others the most. Let's just talk about these drawings. How about that? Like a buffalo-headed flying beast with a skull. And the skull looks like some kind of... I'm sorry. I'm drinking my coffee before it gets cold. I'm in the shop. AKA garage. All right, coffee's done. Let's do this, right? That's great. And it's dripping gore. No. There you go. Don't gotta say much to that. Look at a hole. Look at that. I love it. The big toe. Man, look at that. Stylistic. Just so stylistic. Ew. Ugh. nasty. Got a hair on it or something. Yuck. Is that a toe fungus? Man, I wouldn't touch that thing. Read that story. Look. Ugh. Ooh, what is this? The Walk. Like a tree. What kind of tree is that? A hemlock? What do you come for? Oh, this was a pretty scary one. Ooh, look at that. Man. Gory. But the black and white, I think, is good. You know what I mean? If it was color, it'd be too much for young kids, in my opinion. Even for me, I don't like blood. Ugh. I can't watch that UFC stuff. I like boxing. It's like an art form, a sport, in my opinion, like chess. But UFC is just too bloody. It's like, oh god, it's like going to the butcher, make me want to barf. This is awesome. But if you, I get it. I mean, I get those guys. You know, those guys are really tough too. And if you like that, that's nothing against you. But it's not my cup of coffee. I have friends that love it. I just can't get into it. Mitai Doti Walker. So yeah, these are folk stories, which is cool because it gave it a unique twist. I remember feeling that like when I was young, like you had you were like getting in touch with some kind of history. I mean, just look at this. That's all it takes to set the mood. Come on, like super old fence. We've all seen that, right? Old weeds, junk. That's it. That's so great. Old woman, all skin and bone. And then you had music, you had a score. How cool is that? Love it. Key of G major. Like, this is cool. He heard footsteps coming up the cellar stairs. Wow, I can like vaguely remember these things now. Like I got this book when I was probably like 7 or 8 in 1987 or 8. You know, so I was 8 in 1988. So it's easy for me to know my year and date, age. What does it say? There are ghosts in this chapter. One comes back as a real person. Another takes revenge on her murderer. And there are other strange happenings. It's a different chapter, I guess. Oh man, this is weird. That is, god dog it. The Thing. And this is all like in my subconscious. I haven't looked at this book since I was a kid. But you know that feeling the second you see something you haven't seen 30, 40, or 50 years, or even, 10 years or whatever, just an extended amount of time, years. The feeling, it's been stored somewhere in your memory somehow, no matter what you've been through, good or bad, that memories, like this drawing's been somewhere stored in my mind. I traveled through Malaysia and, just all the nonsense I've dealt with, and some memories been stored. Brain's amazing. Cold as clay, man. I remember reading the story. This is haunting, right? And the black and white and the gray, that's icing on the cake. You gotta have it like that. You can't do colors, guys. This is perfect. A white wolf. Just like the stringy, all that stuff. Man, it really... It just adds an element of just like dreamlike ambiance, or just something, I don't know, something about it. Not like it's dripping. Cause he's like, oh, it's drippy paint or drippy ink. Nah, it's just like this gore, and it's not quite like tissue. It's not like spider web. You can't put maybe that's what you can't put your finger on it. Maybe that's what it is. Like, what is that? That's the stylistic of the art, the style of the artist. Of, you know, in music we call it, stylistic. You know, like, why is Charlie Parker sound like Charlie Parker? He's stylistic. He sounds like him. So you gotta be you. Yeah. God, dog, that's haunting. Man, you're gonna give me nightmares. Well, I could pick that place. Probably some like super funky McCoy pottery. Probably got some old Crocs in the basement, pickle Crocs and stuff. Man, look at that tree. God, dog, it's giving me like goosebumps. Look at this like fog. It's giving me goosebumps as I sit. Is that like a ghost right there? Is it like a hat? You see that, like the hair and like the hat? What is, oh, is it the other page? It is. It is. Okay, well, at least I wasn't seeing things. I started freaking myself out. I'm like, wait a minute, EJ, what the hell, dude? It's so good. I think it's the scariest story. Oh, that's nasty. The floor. Someone's gotta clean that up. Probably me. They eat your eyes. They eat your nose. Just like eating nasty corpse stuff. No. Again, that drip. Just like gore. Emoting grotesqueness. He's all happy. God dog it, chomping away. And then you got like, you know, you have like this like viper-esque, these shadows. There's like a viper. You know what I mean? Like, is it the ghost you can put your hand through, or is it like this zombie? You know what I mean? It's great. It's so good. It's so good. So just imagine like this book without the illustrations. It would just be like a little poem book. There might be like a little pumpkin right there, a little, you know what I mean? And that would be it. And then the book, no one would know about it, unfortunately. G major. Are we really G major? It should be E minor. Why are we in major keys? All right, enough music theory, analyzation. My head hurts. It's been a long day, but I'm happy to be with you, and I'm happy you're joining me on this. Look at now. I mean, look at this. What is this? It's like a hearse. Man. So you can't really tell like the windows. Is it broken or is that a spider web? Let's walk up a little closer, shall we? Man. Doors open. Right? Is it smoke? Is it a figment? Is it like, are you just hallucinating in a dream? Like a nightmare? Is there someone in the back of there? This freaks me out. I get like, my spine tingles a bit when I look at this closely and I start seeing things that I realize I may not have realized as a kid. It's like, whoa, is this thing talking to me or something? Man. This is inspiring me to get my pencil and paper and draw. I love drawing. This is good. Man, that's spooky. See, you can kind of see through her. That was good. This is like Picasso, like grotesque, like the foot. This is like Picasso horror. I love it. There's so much going on there. Dripping the. Is it, you know, is it hair? Is it snot? You don't know. That's cool. I always remember this being like the most like realistic photorealistic illustration in the book. See, that memory is in my mind for the past 30 years. Or what? No. Longer than that. God, dog it. 37 years? I'm that old? God, I don't feel 45. I guess it's a good thing. Oh, whoa. Wendigo. I saw one of these in the woods. I featured this in my shorts. I found a deer skull, and a viewer made a comment, and I made a short about it. And then a red deer visited me at dusk on a mountain. A red deer visited me on a mountaintop at dusk, and the mountain was Grendel Sleeve Mountain. That's a song that I'm gonna write on Grendel Sleeve Mountain. It's in the shorts. You can watch my videos and find it. It was kind of spooky. Ew. Dead man's brain. God, man. Oh, she's all happy. God, barf. I like the carpet. You can see the pencil work. This is nasty. Whatever it smells like. Ugh. You know what I mean? She's like happy about it. Ugh. God, dog it. See how good these illustrations are? They're moving me. I hope they move you. Thanks for joining me. Oh, what's this? Basket. Again, with that stuff. I love it. What a great touch. The hook. That was so cool. Man. The babysitter. Oh, look at that face. Face. Wow, man. The phone. Man. What was this one? Let's see. Viper. Oh, this is a funny one. I remember that one. Stairway. Forlorn stairway. Look at that. Man. Don't sit in that chair. Wow. So spooky. You see what I mean, though, about this book didn't have illustrations? Ooh. Ooh. Aaron Kelly's bones. We're almost done, folks, and thanks for joining me. This is E.J. Parker. We're doing a look through of the illustrations of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. This came out in 1981. The illustrations are just the star of the show, in my opinion. It's like folklore, stories, scary stories, personality. You know what I mean? And I think what it is the my brain's slowing down. It's been a long day. What's the word? Asymmetrical lines in the face. How it's asymmetrical. The eyes, they're not perfectly straight across. Just like, how humans really are. It just gives a personality, and it's like not perfect. It's off kilter, or however you want to say it. You know what I mean? Yikes. That's so nasty. Ugh. Yeah, dog it. Too much blood. Is that it? Notes. Wow. Ends on that nasty hand. Is that it? Really? Sources. That's cool. So you can get the sources. Yeah, so yeah, you get that. You're closer. I feel like I was closer to history when I read this book as a kid. That's it. Wow. So I hope you enjoyed that look through featuring the illustrations of the classic and now vintage Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. And as always, thanks for checking in.